feel what, Ook?
He didn't say.
I hate it when that happens.
Me too.
It was as good a golf course as I've ever played.
You know what? It was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm glad I went.
British Open style bunkers. You gotta love it.
Yeah, the traps were fun, and there were a lot of them. Definitely some ugly golf.
Dude, nice. Well done.
Yeah! Turned away!
I don't think I've ever in my lifetime spent that much time with Michael Mazes. He's always giving me tips and stuff, just right at the time usually when I'm frustrated as hell.
Who keeps inviting that guy? That's the real question.
Hard to kind of quantify or qualify Michael Mazes, you know? I think the craziest thing about Mazes was just, you know, the hat. I mean, where do you get a hat like that? Dog, dad? The guy actually picked out that hat to bring on the trip? I don't know, I don't get it. Well, I kind of remember that first day, you know, playing against Weinberg and Richard, or Richards, whoever he is.
The greens were just so fast. I mean, you could tap the ball and it was gone.
He kept saying the greens really fast, and yet, you know, he was still like a mile from the hole on every putt. Usually when you say the greens are fast, you're kind of blown by the hole, but it seemed like he was pretty, you know, short.
There was, you know, undulations and breaks and double breaks.
It seemed like sort of Weinberg was getting a little frustrated, you know.
That became extremely challenging.
You're good. Mike, Weinberg, any advice?
Yo! He made a putt!
Yes!
Whee!
Nice. Great job.
There wasn't anything more satisfying than that. So just so you know, guys, I am not moving my handicap next year based on the average score. My handicap should not be moved. Let's set the record straight right here, right now. It's nice for you to be able to pay for your Oregon trip.
Yeah, I thought Steve had a great time. He was in a really good mood the whole time. I think he was really happy also that I won.
I think it sucks. You keep winning the fucking money. I have a big problem with that.
I think he had a lot of fun playing with me.
Here we go. 23 handicap that's taking everyone's money.
He's really always trying to help me and saying really, you know, supportive, positive things.
Oh! Even his crap is working today. I guess it's better to be lucky than good, because you're certainly not good. Prick.
You know, I just want to say thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I think going into next year, we're just going to do like a direct deposit thing, so we don't have to deal with checks or things like that. Just to make it a little easier when I, you know, sort of win again. This way I don't have to actually ask people for money or wait.
Shouldn't you be filming from that side?
And in fact, if you guys want to start paying down now, I'm going to set up an account. I'll send you guys the information. I think it'll be easier for everyone.
Ooh, weetsy beatsy more.
I thought it was the most miserable time of my life trying to putt there. It was not fun.
That shot where he sort of inverted his sandwich and took a swing.
Oh, hitting the ball lefty.
At the time, I really wasn't sure what was going on. I didn't know how many practice swings he took. It looked like he took a lot of practice swings.
You know what? I got a repertoire of shots that you've never seen.
2 or 3.
He sucked like the rest of us, which was nice to see.
Played a lot of rounds with Mike. I think it was fun. You know, the putter was kind of tough for him. We found some other ways to enjoy ourselves, which is always good. You know, Mike and I always sort of find a way to get through a round. You know, I don't know how we do it, but we just sort of manage to make it happen.
We're gonna have to listen to his crap about how I had no points after day one and I finished in the money. He was a superhero.
Trap shot.
I don't know, all of a sudden I've been playing with a guy for 7 years, he was a 2, and all of a sudden he shows up at Bandon and he's now a 4. Oh, it's definitely a strategic plan. It was definitely a strategic plan. He, you know, he throws those bagging scores in. He complains about playing with 15s and 19s and 21s all the time. And you know what? It's his own fault. It's his own fault.
The highlights for me, you know, is just sort of seeing Andy sort of struggle a little bit on the golf course, you know. Just his body language was feeling wrong, you know. Just sort of lumbering down the fairways and got to the point where he sort of was flipped his hat around. I mean, when have you ever seen Andy's, you know, wear his hat backwards? You gotta love, you know, when Andy's the last guy to hit off the tee and he hits and sort of the caddies are like scratching their head, they're kind of looking. You know, these caddies know the ball as soon as it comes off, but somehow with Andy, when he was sort of teeing off, the caddies, you know, they were sort of struggling, looking at each other like, I'm not sure, there. Nobody knew where it was.
No, it's nice when you spend time looking for the low handicapped ball.
You know, I definitely was in a lot of traps, but you know, Andy was probably in more traps than any, and he had some hideous lies. So, you know, to see him with one leg up in a trap and hitting backwards, and then another one and stinging his hand, you know, I have to admit, it was great.
Seal it up.
This really happened on July 7th, whenever we are.
We're writing letters to our kids in the room, and you know, we're sort of done after 2 minutes. All of a sudden we turn around and Mazes is sort of just still writing and finally we had to ask him, we're like, we got to hear what this thing is. I mean, you're gonna have to read us this letter.
That's it, that's the letter.
Took 3 minutes and 16 seconds.
I've never really heard that kind of language, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but to a kid.
Needless to say, I am confident that you will save and cherish this missive forever. Don't worry what missive means. It means letter.
It's just, it's bizarre.
Dear, dear Paige, I am in Oregon with Andy Satch, Paul Goldberg, Michael Weinberg, Jason Drangler, Mike Richard, and Steve Kamen. Bandon Dunes has 4 golf courses, 3 of which are ranked in the top 100 in the world. The weather and terrain/landscape is much like Scotland, the home of golf. Alexis is not too far from me. In fact, when I flew into San Francisco, she was in the same city. There is about 9 to 10 hours difference from where I am and where Jeff and Mom are. Crazy, isn't it? I also have not talked to Mom since we both left on Friday. This is the longest stretch of time that has happened since I met her more than 20 years ago. Can you read my handwriting okay? I realize I was thinking about you while I was watching Women's World Cup soccer in USA versus Sweden. And how one day you might be playing in a game like that on a world stage. If you work hard and wanted enough, it could happen. Now back to golf. We had a big tourney and I came in second. That is a good thing. Curiosity got the better of the guys watching me write to you. They echoed my sentiments and wish you the very best. Needless to say, I am confident that you will save and cherish this missive forever. Don't worry what missive means. It means letter. Tomorrow, bright and early, we go home and resume our daily work responsibilities. Fortunately, I only have Friday to deal with, and then back to leisure and the country club life that awaits me for the rest of the summer. Before you know it, you and Jeff and Alexa will be back in Belfair, and we can all go for a huge carvel. Love always, King, Dad.
That's very special, Michael. Very well said. Very well said.
Yeah, golf trip 2012. Can't wait for it. I'm sure everybody's excited for it.
The same guys? I guess.
Absolutely. Look forward to it every year.
I got nothing better to do, but yeah, I guess I'm excited.